So audio in 3, 2, 1, you good.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. I am SuperViperT302, and this is going to be yet another SM64 ROM hack. This time it's Super Mario 74, which I don't believe Fangame Marathon has ever seen before, aside from the Extreme Edition. So, we're going to go ahead and hop right in. Just give me 1 sec. Alright, so we got... So, the timer's kind of hard to start with this one because it's got error messages when you restart the ROM, so we should start right about now. Okay.
Me, Mario!
So, Super Mario 74 is one of the oldest SM64 ROM hacks out there. It was made in 2011 by Lugmalord. It was one of the first hacks to be done entirely with custom levels. And it's pretty primitive. Like I said, it was made 10 years ago. I think it just celebrated its 10th anniversary not even a few weeks ago. But I'm going to be playing it with a bit of a twist here. So 151 stars equivalent to 120 star in the original SM64, but there's also something else I'm going to be doing here. Okay, so I just collected that star and stayed in the stage, and you're probably wondering, how did that happen? So that's where the non-stop portion... Oh, I am not in the right spot here. Okay, this is where the red coin is. So the non-stop part of this run is that I'm actually playing with a Game Shark code that prevents Mario from leaving the stage when he collects a star. So it's kind of like Odyssey in a way, or Banjo-Kazooie. And right here, I'm actually going to be doing a skip here. You're supposed to use the metal cap to hit an underwater switch here. But when you take a crazy box into water, it becomes dormant. And then it will reactivate the next time you go on land. So you can use that to get up here a little early. So the obvious benefit of non-stop is that when you collect a star, normally in this hack, and in this game in general, you have to do the star dance, and then you're taken out of the level. You have to sit through all the cutscenes and the save prompt, and then the save dialogue, and then you have to re-enter the level. And that takes a ton of time, and sometimes you have to kind of backtrack out of your way to go get additional stars. Non-stop basically prevents all of that, so you can essentially complete levels in this hack in fewer trips than intended, sometimes even 1 trip. It does come with some contingencies, though, which I'll get to as we go throughout the run. By the way, these clips are simply ceiling hitbox downwarps. When Mario swims into a ceiling hitbox, he gets moved downwards. So I'm essentially swimming through super steep floors in order to clip through them, and swimming into the ceiling hitbox of these caves, which skips some swimming here and there. Okay, so I'm just in the middle of coin collecting here. This first stage happens to work out pretty nicely here. So I've gotten 4 of the 5 non-coin collecting stars, and there's just 1 more coming up here in a little bit. Alright. The coin route in this level is somewhat tight. Okay. So now I'm just going to swim into this steep floor here and punch, which will allow me to travel upwards really quickly. And there's just a little platforming skip there. You can use a wall kick to skip having to go across the pillars. So I've gotten all 5 non-coin collecting stars, so now I just need to get those 2, and I'll be done with the stage. Oh, dang. That's actually kind of bad. Missing those blue coins is not it's a big time loss, but I can still get the 100 coin star because there's plenty of coins in this level. I just need to get that ring of 8 there, and then there's a skeeter over here. And even though 100 coin stars do not normally take you out of the level, you will not play the star dance or the save text box with either of those either. And so once I get all 7 stars in the level, I can just exit course. So even with those mistakes, I still finished that level about 2 minutes faster than I would have if I would have to do this just regular 151 star. So as you can see, non-stop already is saving me a lot of time for this category. And the rest of these levels are going to be kind of more of the same thing. Things are going to get a bit more interesting as we get later into the run. So this is Skyward Slopes. And again, we're just going to be kind of going around collecting stars and collecting coins along the way. Most of the level routes in this game work out nicely. The existing 100 coin routes already pass by most of the stars anyways. So most of the non-stop routes are just doing that and then collecting stars along the way. And as I said before, this hack was made really, really early in SM64 ROM hacking days, so there weren't a whole lot of tools to work with. So a lot of these custom levels don't really have much in the way of like missions or whatnot. The stars are usually just get to a certain point in the level and then there's a star for your efforts. Okay, if I kind of seem like I'm struggling with what I'm doing here, keep in mind I just woke up, so no fault to the marathon team or anything, but you might see me kind of stumble through some stuff here, and that's because this category comes down to a lot of memorization, especially with all the routing here. Okay, so this swamp cycle is in SM64 are RNG dependent. So that swamp is just kind of wherever it decides to be at that point in time. Kind of a scary section right there. You really don't want to die with 90 coins. The routing here is going to seem a little bit weird because we're coming up on the first instance of me ending on a star that I'm not going to be able to get back from. I did not mean to step on that fly guy. It's actually not a huge deal though. So I'm going to be kind of going out of my way here to get the red coin star, and then I'm actually going to backtrack for another star that's in that area, and that's actually because the last star I'm going to be collecting in this level is a star you cannot get back to the main level from, so it needs to be the last star I collect. I'm also going to grab a one up here along the way. So I'm just going to go here, and then here's the final star, and once again I'm just going to exit course. So I could have died there, and in theory that might have been a little bit faster, but life preservation is a very big thing with non-stop, and I'll explain why later, but for now this is Bowser's Badlands Battlefield. This is the first Bowser course. The secret courses in this SM74 ROM hack have a lot of added stars to them, which is the reason why the star count is so much higher in this hack. And normally every single one of these stars will also take you out of the level, including the red coin stars in the Bowser stages. But in non-stop, that doesn't happen, so I can also complete these levels in one trip. So you're actually supposed to use a cannon to get up here, and I will be opening the cannon eventually. I'm just going up here to get some stuff out of the way, because there's a red coin up here, and there's also another star I can get while I'm up here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead over here and open the cannon, and now would be a really good time to mention that I am actually playing this run on a keyboard. Believe it or not, SM64 and ROM hacks are totally playable on a keyboard. There's just some minor things you have to worry about. The main thing is actually a sensitivity. So unless you're playing with like special filters or whatever, that allow you, I did not want to do that again. That allow you to adjust the sensitivity of the control stick, which in my case is the arrow keys. Then pretty much anytime you tap the arrow key, it's as if you hold the control stick as far into a notch as possible, which the big issue with that in SM64 is actually going to be aiming cannons. And here's the first cannon shot of the run. Thankfully, there's not many cannon shots you have to do in this hack, and most of them are pretty easy. There's some pretty good setups for them. So yeah, that one's pretty generous. There are other hacks with cannon shots that aren't so forgiving, trust me. So I actually have every star in the stage now, so I can actually make my way up to the Bowser fight. I might fall off here. Yeah. I'm having a lot of trouble with that cannon shot lately. Normally that's one of the easier cannon shots to do in this hack. Fortunately, like you saw earlier, there's an alternate way back up. Although, the camera, these two pillars aren't perfectly aligned, so sometimes it can be pretty hard to walking up them. Okay, there we go. just got another switch box section here. You're gonna see a lot of these in this hack, because again, the Black Malord didn't have a whole lot to work with. Alright, so now it's time for the first Bowser fight, and functionally, this Bowser fight is pretty similar to the original game, just some different text, and also, the bombs are actually a little bit higher than before, so I actually have to put some energy into this throw. And in case you're wondering how I'm able to spin Bowser on a keyboard so effectively, I'm just holding right and mashing left, and that allows you to spin him at top speed, so that you don't have to go up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left, up, right, down, left. It's actually very nice. And Bowser keys are actually also affected by non-stop, so I don't have to deal with the key animation there, so I can just exit course. And then there's still a lot I have to do in the first overworld, but we're going to go ahead and clear out some stuff in the second overworld here. So this second overworld stage is actually a secret course in disguise. The main way we can tell that is that the coin counter is visible, which would not normally be the case if we were in the overworld. Every single star in this overworld would normally take you out of the stage. And then from there, you would just respawn back in this overworld. But again, since we're non-stop, we don't have to deal with any of that. So I'm just going to be getting a few of the stars out of the way here, starting with the red coins. This section right here is actually pretty scary, because if I fall off here, then I have to climb all the way back up. So I just gotta make sure I get this red coin on the way down. Also, another thing is when you pause in this overworld, you have the option to change your camera and exit course, whereas if this was actually the overworld, it would show you the course star totals and coin scores. So we're gonna be, so there's the 3 stars I'm gonna be getting for now. I'll be getting the other 3 throughout the rest of the run, but for now we're gonna be heading to Flowery Gardens. This is gonna be kind of just more of the same thing, where I'm just gonna be kind of getting every star in one trip. This level is actually pretty tight on coins, so you're going to be seeing me kill a couple of these Goombas here. I think there's only like 11 spare coins in this level. And that actually makes this one of the longer 100 coin stars normally in a regular 151 star. Okay, so one of the things that's important to note about this level, by the way, there's several one-ups here. Okay, there's a Shellless Koopa that's running throughout this level, and Shellless Koopas can kind of just run in whatever direction they want, and they're not bound by any sort of radius, as long as Mario's close enough to them for them to activate. So that Koopa can really be anywhere in the level at any time. So I got pretty lucky there and got it to be pretty close to me, so I have its blue coin already, but sometimes it can take a long time for you to be able to kill that thing. Do some wall kicks here to get this windmill. And then I can go down here and there's a blue coin switch, hopefully. Really don't want to miss too many coins in this level, because otherwise it takes a long time to get backup coins, because there's really just a bunch of Goombas you have to work with. Gotta get this star, and then we can make our way down here to these flowers. And then I need to line myself up using this piranha plant, because if I just go straight forward from here, there's a red coin hidden in the flowers. And now we have a King Bob-omb fight. So this King Bob-omb fight is a little bit harder than the original game. He functions exactly the same, but now the platform I have to fight him on is super small, and there's also a fire shooter. So you just gotta be a little bit more careful. Alright, I'm gonna get burned here, but that's fine. So I'm gonna be collecting the star before the level music comes back, and now the level music is gonna be completely muted for the rest of the stage. So that's gonna be a common theme. That will happen whenever I collect a star immediately after killing a boss like that, and it will also happen if I collect the star while wearing a special cap. Okay, so at this point, we're kind of almost there. So here's a fun thing that you don't see in regular categories. You can just kind of clip into this cave for some reason. Yeah, I don't know why that works. There's just a regular wall you can just go through there, but the route happens to work out to where you can do that, so that looks pretty cool. Alright, now we're getting to the really, really hard parts of this course. So I can use a fly guy here, hopefully, to skip some platforming. Nice. Okay, this Chuckya needs to kind of cooperate. And then we have probably the scariest part of this level. It's... Okay, so I'm actually going to need to kill this fly guy to get one of... I need 1 coin from it. And now I have to do this really precise series of jumps. Okay, that jump is way harder than I made it look. Because that platform is, like, kind of sloped, it's possible for the wall hitbox to just kind of push you to the side. Oh, I accidentally woke up the piranha plant, so I need to go away from it so that it will go back to sleep. Okay, where's the last red coin? There it is. Okay, so I just got the coin collecting stars left to do, and then once again I'll be able to exit course. And there we go. Alright, and it's back to the second overworld. So next up, we're going to take care of some secret courses. So to start, we're going to do a little wall kicking skip here to get up here. And we're going to start with the appropriately named Lava Switch of Eruption, which is just a really fancy name for the wing cap course. Alright, so this first star here requires a pretty precise flight into this back here. Nice. Now I'm going to try to get back to the main level from here, which requires doing that kind of precise double jump kick. And lava boost? Alright, nice. Okay, so right there is one of 3 times I will be able to save in this entire run. So that's really the big hurdle of nonstop, is that because we're not getting any of the star exits, I'm also not going to be getting any save prompts for any of the stars. So the only times I'll be able to save in this run are after the cap switches. Which means, if I game over at any point past the 3rd saved cap switch, the run is just over. So that's why you're going to be seeing me grab a lot of lives throughout this run. It's because, first of all, it's super easy to die both in this game and in this category. Like, this may not be an extreme hack, but it's still really, really challenging. And also, there are going to be multiple times I'm going to need to take death abuses throughout the run. So at this point, I need to just get to the top of the level and get the rest of the red coins. They're just kind of spread out throughout these towers. You can get these red coins in one flight, but because of the keyboard sensitivity, that makes flying at hard speeds and collecting red coins with precision really, really hard to do. So I'm just going to be taking a few rest stops here to slow down. Once again, I'm going to be collecting the star, and you're going to notice the music mute. And then the last star in this course is underneath this smallest tower over here. And this will be the first time that I actually die to get out of the course. I'm just going to do that by lava boosting. So next up on the agenda is going to be the Vanish Cap course, which is a Dust Switch of Identity. You can long jump from there straight to the Vanish Cap course, but that long jump is kind of hard for some reason. So again, it's just going to be kind of more of the same here. So the Vanish Cap switch here is a little bit out of the way. I kind of have to make my way over here in order to get to it. Unfortunately, I compare that with getting this red coin. Fortunately, this hack is actually pretty generous with lives. There's actually quite a bit of them throughout this hack. I've messed with nonstop for several other hacks, and some of them are extremely strict on lives. Especially hacks that don't actually offer that many one-ups. Thankfully, this hack offers quite a few. So this hack, again, since it was early on, there's not a whole lot of custom music, but there is some. For example, you might recognize this as the Song of Storms from Ocarina of Time. The main overworld music is the flip side theme from Super Paper Mario. I'm sure with the other SM64 hacks you've noticed that. Alright, really hoping this Chucky doesn't get me. Alright. So there's a few things I need to do at the top of the level here. So there's some red coins over here, but I'll be going back down here to get those. There's 2 stars in this section up here. One of them is right here. And then this next star will be a nice demonstration of one of the quirks of this hack. Okay, so when the camera's moving to the side there, that is not actually me doing that. That is the game's camera doing it entirely on its own. This hack's camera is infamously bad, and it has nothing to do. Oh, I almost just died there. It actually has nothing to do with how the original game's camera was programmed, and the level models just weren't designed to work with this game's camera. So that's why for most of the levels here, you're seeing me playing Mario Cam zoomed out. But even then, it still doesn't work. So yeah, here's Lakitu Cam, and here it happens to function nicely. In other areas, it's not so forgiving. So I'm using another fly guy here to skip having to go across these really, really thin platforms, which would be really tedious to do. And then you can actually long jump back there. That jump is insanely precise. Oh, and then I died anyways. That jump back is insanely precise. I'm actually kind of surprised I got that.
Mamma mia!
So, dying probably would have been faster anyways, but I just wanted to preserve a life. So yeah, there's the last star. It's just kind of hidden right at the beginning. Okay, so that's it for the Vanish Cap course. So before we go to the next course, there's a couple other overworld stars you can get along the way. I accidentally hit the V key when I did that. Nice little backup I can do here, though. Okay, so here's the frozen slide. This level is insanely slippery, as per the name. So the physics here really aren't hard to work with. Those jumps that I have to do there are very, very scary. So this is the first level in the hack in this run where I'm actually going to be forced to do it in 2 trips. Because there are 2 stars I need to go to the bottom of the slide in order to get to. But from there it's actually kind of time consuming to... Okay, that's actually really, really bad. Alright, I'm actually just going to die. So I missed a red coin there, and it was actually at a point that I can't come back from, so I have to redo this now. But thankfully I've already gotten one of the stars, so I don't need to do it again. But now I have to do this in 3 trips. So yeah, getting all the red coins while going down the slide here is easier said than done due to the slippery physics, and you have to make a really, really sharp turn here. So if I were doing a regular attempt here, I would actually be reversing the order in which I do these trips. So I actually would get the other star first, and then get these last few stars, but I'm doing this route first just for marathon safety. And then to do the death abuse here, there we go. So that pillar has a really steep hitbox, has a really thin hitbox, so it's really steep, so you can just clip through it, and from there you're actually right above the death barrier. So, you just die. A common trend in this hack is that Lugmoller likes to place stars in really, really hidden locations. Well, that's everything in Frozen Slide. So now we're going to go back to clearing out some main courses, starting with System of a Town here. So we're going to be kind of getting back to just the standard, get all the coins and get all the other stars along the way. This is another stage where the 100-coin route works out really nicely. Because we basically pass by every other star while doing the regular 100-coin route. So there's a lot of houses here and their collision is very wonky. I meant to wall kick there. There's some tough platforming in this stage. Gotta wait for the camera to adjust. Okay. So I'm gonna try to do an arch wall kick here. This might take a few tries. There we go. So that allows me to get up here. You're actually supposed to do a lot more for the star than what I'm doing. You're supposed to like go into the sewer system and then pop out over here and then jump over to this side of the roof, but you can actually just skip doing that entirely, which means you don't have to do any swimming in the stage. So I need to go up here in order to get the coins from these piranha plants, and there's also a red coin up here. And now there's just a little bit more coin collecting to do here. So, one common trend about the camera in this hack is that whenever I go into these, like, really closed-in spaces, I'm gonna have to zoom in the camera. But even then, it's really, really easy for the camera to get stuck on walls, so you really have to be patient with it. Here's another instance of really, really broken collision here. You can just kind of clip through this chimney there. Alright, there's a safety one-up I could have grabbed, but I think I'm confident enough. I really need to get worried when I have, like, 1 life remaining, and even then, there's plenty of one-ups throughout this hack that I can grab if I need to. There's even one in the next course I can grab, so I'll let you know when I start to get worried. And there's also places I can farm life if I need to. I need to get up here, because there's a blue coin switch here. And I need to make sure I get the blue coins in a specific order so that I can be right next to that box when they're done. So, one of those boxes is a ground poundable box, so... that's just another little hidden star that Luglord devilishly placed. Alright. So at this point, the coin collecting is done. So I just need to get the red coin star now. But there's still one other star I need to get, and I saved it for last because it's kind of out of the way compared to every other star in the course. So it kind of has to be the last star I get, and this is a sewer skip. So you can jump up on these slopes here, and there's no ceiling or out-of-bounds hitboxes here. So you can actually climb up this slope and then just jump dive all the way over, which skips that whole sewer section there. Saves a lot of time, and so that's the last star here, and again, I can just exit course. Okay. So the next course we're going to be going to is a haunted factory, and you might recognize the music in this level. It's from a Frantic Factory from Donkey Kong 64. This level's route is actually kind of convoluted because there's a lot of branching pathways and rooms you can go into, so you kind of have to work that out, and the red coins here are really, really spread out. The thing with this hack is that there's not a lot of stages where the red coins are just like super condensed, like in the original SM64. They're kind of all over the place. So, the route here is probably going to be confusing to follow here. There's a few contingencies to it as well. Okay, we're going to do a long jump wall kick here to skip having to do some thin platforming there. Okay. I gotta do it. The camera's not really aligned here. Okay. Please make it. Okay. Dying there would have lost me a bit of time, and also would have put me a bit further behind on lives than I would have liked. Okay, so I'm going into this room just to get a red coin. There's actually another star in here as well, but for reasons I'll explain later, it actually has to be the last star I collect in this level, so I'll be coming back for that. And then here's a cool thing about non-stop, is that when you collect a star while riding a Koopa shell, you don't actually lose the shell effect. The shell itself just disappears, and the music stops as well, so I can actually keep the shell after getting this star, which is nice because for one, I can get back from that star, and I can also use the shell to get into this hidden room here to hit this blue coin switch, which just gives you enough blue coins to reach like 80 in total. So there's most of the coins that I'm going to be getting for the 100 coin star here. Makes the 100 coin star here kind of a breeze. So now I need to kind of head up to the top of the level here, because there's 2 stars and the remaining red coins up here. That was weird. Yeah, another problem with a keyboard is actually angling. Because I only have 8 directions to work with here, sometimes, and honestly, sometimes the camera can just kind of cause you to hold weird angles at their weird times, so you just do what I just did there. Fortunately, getting back up wasn't too bad. So I need to go up here. There's a vanish cap here that I need to do to pass through a hidden wall here. That has no indication that it is in fact a hidden wall, despite aside from the presence of a vanish cap. And thankfully, there's another vanish cap in here that I can use to get out. Otherwise, I'd have to make additional trips to this level. And then I gotta go back down here because there's just one more red coin over here. And then there's the red coin star. Okay, so this last star is another star that requires the vanish cap. This star I actually can't get back from because the walls are only one way. And the walls are actually two ways, so I can't just clip back through the other side. And there's no vanish cap in here, so I wouldn't have been, so if I were to get this star any earlier, I wouldn't have been able to escape. So that's why I need to get this star last. And I actually can't even die in here, so I have no choice but to exit course. That's it for a haunted factory. So now I'm going to be heading to the 50-star door here, because next up is actually going to be the second Bowser level, Bowser's Aquatic Castle. Before I do that, here's the final star for Overworld 2. Okay, and there's a one if I can get here just before entering. So here's an advantage of keyboard, is that it makes a certain trick in this game a little bit easier. Hopefully I can show it off here. Alright, so you saw me do it a little bit there. That's called frame walking. So, if you haven't seen that before, that slope is normally too steep for any of the other slope climbing mechanics to work. So, it happens to be that that kind of slope allows you to do what's called frame walking, and the reason why it's called that is because optimally, you would do that by alternating between forward and neutral on the control stick every other frame. There is a bit more leniency to it than that, but with a keyboard, it's actually a little bit easier because all you have to do is mash a direction. Whereas with the control stick, you have to constantly nudge the control stick in a specific direction, which is very hard for a human to do. Okay, so the red coins in this course in particular are extremely spread out, so getting them takes a while, but fortunately, like most other courses in this run, you just happen to pass by all the other stars while you're doing them. So that makes the route here work out really, really nicely. Right, now we're getting to some of the harder parts of this stage. So I need to hit this switch here to make some boxes appear, and I'm on a somewhat tight timer here, so I don't want to make too many big mistakes. Okay. Alright. I'm gonna try to do a skeeter bounce here. Oh wow, the skeeter actually went ahead of me. Whatever, that's not a huge deal. Alright, so this part of this stage is a bit more terrifying than it needs to be, because if I fall into the water here, it takes a very long time to get back here. So, let's see. So I first need to get this star, and then thankfully you can get back to the rest of this part from there, which allows me to get to the next red coin without having to drop. Gotta play a little bit careful there. I really don't want to fall in the water there, but now I can. Okay, so last thing I need to get here is again the red coin star. I'll be usually ending most of these courses with coin collecting, just because that usually takes the longest. But then after I get this star, I still need to fight the second Bowser to get the second key. So we're gonna have to go out of our way and do that. Okay, I'm surprised that worked. Okay, there we go. And then the entrance to this Bowser fight is just inside this mountain over here. Go through here. So I actually passed by this earlier when I was getting one of the red coins, but obviously I couldn't enter the pipe because I didn't have all the stars yet. And once again, this Bowser fight is functionally the same as in the original game. It's just that I believe there's only 2 bombs in this fight, and you just have some added fire to work with. And also the bombs are placed a little bit higher, so this throw is a little bit harder to make, but I got it first try, so we're good. And again, with this second key, I can just exit course after grabbing it. So here's where the route for this category gets a little bit strange, because I'm actually going to be heading to Overworld 3 now, because there's one course I need to clear out while I'm here. So this course, Slimy Spring, that I'm about to do, has a very weird bug that happens in it. So there's a Koopa the Quick race in this course, and Koopa the Quick operates using waypoints for his pathing. And for some reason, entering course 6 in this hack, which is a stalagmite cave, and then entering this level causes any objects with waypoints to sort of forget their pathing. And in this hack, all that affects is this Koopa the Quick race, but it would basically make Koopa the Quick only run in one direction, and he would never finish the race, which would make that star impossible to get. Now, in regular speedruns of this hack, you would fix this by resetting the ROM just before you go to this course, after you complete course 6, but I can't do that in non-stop because I'm not saving. So I actually found out that the easiest way to prevent that is just to do this course before you do Stalagmite Cave. And that issue exists in a lot of older ROM hacks, so there's a lot of working around that you have to do. You're actually supposed to be pushing boxes to get to this red coin and the other red coin at the start of the level, but that's completely optional. I just went down here after finishing the race because in the time it takes for Koopa the Quick to get back up, I can go ahead and clear out a lot of the stuff on the bottom part of the stage. And I can pretty easily walk it back up here, or somewhat easily. Alright, there we go. So, in case you're wondering how Koopa cheated in this race, he just walked up the wall there, which Koopa the Quick is normally able to do. You just never see it in the original game. So now I'm at the top of the level. It's very, very easy to fall down in this level. I got a blue coin switch here. Okay. And now we have one of the scarier stars in the run, because missing it is a massive time loss. So there's some switch boxes I have to do here. I cannot ledge grab on these first 2 boxes, otherwise I won't have enough speed to make it to this 3rd one. And also I kind of have to do a blind jump for that star. We're good. So we're almost done with the coin collecting, and then there's just a couple more stars. Gotta get the blue coins from these piranha plants. And then we're gonna get the red coin star here. And then the last coins I'll be getting are on the way to the final 2 stars. Alright, so you probably just heard a heave-ho there. This is actually probably the dumbest part of this entire level. Because there's a star here that requires me to do a very precise triple jump onto a tiny little pillar here with a heave-ho that could potentially flip me off. So I'm gonna kind of watch here and hope that it stops in a decent position. That looks good. Okay. If the heave-ho is even facing you while you're on the lower platform there, it can still flip you off. So I got pretty lucky with my positioning there. Now I just kind of have to make it back here. Hopefully I don't fall. Okay. And I'm just gonna kind of take it a little slow here because of keyboard sensitivity. And then there's just some hidden ledges over here, and there's another hidden alcove, which takes me to this star. And that's it for that level. Okay, so now I'm going to be actually clearing out the rest of Overworld 1. So we're going to start by going to Toxic Switch of Danger, which is just the metal cap course. So this course, I'm actually going to be staying in like Pijucan the entire time. because if I were to go into Mario Cam, the camera would go very high above Mario, and the reason why that is because this entire level is enclosed in toxic gas. So, okay, that's actually kind of bad, so... I wanted to get up there to that pillar because that actually leads to a star. So now I'm going to kind of have to improvise around here. You basically constantly need to have the metal cap in effect while you're in this stage. Otherwise, you're going to be constantly losing health. So I'm just going to kind of have to get the stars out of order here. Thankfully, the red coins here are pretty tightly condensed together because this level is pretty small. Alright, so I'm almost done with the red coins. Alright, what I'm gonna try doing here is I'm gonna try going out of my way here to grab a metal cap. Actually, wait, that wouldn't even be possible because I would lose it after grabbing the star. Alright, so I might have to take a unintentional death here. We're gonna try this again. You're actually supposed to do like a triple jump dive to get up onto that pillar, but a double jump kick allows me to maintain my momentum. Okay, there's one final star here, and if I go fast enough, I might be able to get it before I... Oh, yeah, I'm dead. I meant to do a roll out there, but I accidentally overshot my dive. So, unfortunate death. And yeah, the camera's great for a lot of death exits. Don't worry though, I'm gonna be getting a lot of lives really soon, so we shouldn't have to worry about game overing in a little bit. So now I'm actually going to be going to course 1 here, which is Dice Fortress. The reason why I couldn't do this course earlier is because I needed to come back here with the wing cap in order to make a couple of the stars doable. So yeah, this is just going to be more of the same here. Just going around, collecting coins, and getting all the stars. I have to alter the order in which I do the coin collecting here slightly in order to make everything work out. So I'm actually going to be going... Normally I would go the other way first. I'm actually going to be going up here now. Yeah, this is just a custom mid-eye file of the original Bob on Battlefield theme from the original game. It's pretty basic, not that interesting to listen to, but it's kind of peaceful if you think about it. Right, so I need the wing cap first here in order to get the star on the observation tower. And then after this, you won't hear the music for the rest of the stage, so we're just gonna have to play the level with awkward silence. I will say, awkward silence is not as good as not great music, but yeah. Okay, so because you lose your special cap when you collect a star in non-stop, I have to get this star before I get the wing cap. So I have to go back here now. I need the wing cap for one other star here. And this is actually kind of a neat concept. So to get to this box, you kind of need to... You're supposed to start your play from the highest point in the course possible, which happens to be like right there. Technically, you don't need to, but it makes getting to the star a bit easier. Alright. I gotta go down here in order to get a red coin under the water. And we got a lot of fast-paced action here. So we can wall kick up here. So this is actually the first star in the game, technically, if you want to count it as that. Even though you have access to way more stars than that from the get-go. And there's a lot of 1-ups in this area, so I'll be able to stock up on lives here. I need to go out of my way there to get that red coin. Do some cool platforming here. There's another one up here I'm going to try to get. Okay. And then after this, I can do a double jump here in order to get to this box. You're actually supposed to get to that box from above, but a double jump gives you just barely enough height in order to reach that. And once again, we're just going to round off with the coin collecting stars. So there's that line of 5. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and point this out. In non-stop, if you collect a star while grabbing an object, or while holding an object, and then you enter the standing state or throw the object, the game will actually crash for some reason. And I learned that the hard way when I was first trying to route this category by trying to grab that red coin star while also holding a crazy box. So yeah, just make sure you don't do that. Okay, so we're gonna get behind the 30-star door here, and we're gonna start with Ice Crystal Tower. This is one of the few linear stages in this pack. So the routing here is a bit trickier to work with. Uh-oh, that's not good. So I usually need to take at least one lava boost in order to get back here. I might still be able to save this. Okay, I'm just gonna have to take that death, that's fine. I didn't lose that much progress anyway, so it's not a huge deal. That's not a huge time loss. So now we can actually begin doing what I was wanting to do. So I would have just gone back here and then gotten this red coin, so you didn't miss much. So there's actually quite a few spare coins here, so I'm going to be passing by a lot of coin opportunities because most of them are actually near the top of the level where I need to go anyways. Alright. Pretty scary jumps to do here. Okay. I'm just kind of being a little careful here so that I don't fall off. Okay, here you might think it would be beneficial to use a spin drift to get over to the King Womp, but I'll explain later why I'm actually not doing that. Alright. This King Womp fight is actually really difficult because of the tiny space I have to fight him on. Alright, if I mistime that ground pound, I'll actually bomb on King Womp and fall all the way down. Okay, that was really good. Getting that first try is really nice. Because if you mess up on that fight, it's very easy to just fall all the way down, and climbing up back up takes a very, very long time. Alright, so I'm going to go into Lakitu Cam here before collecting this final red coin, because if I were to be in Mario Cam when I collect this final red coin, then after the cutscene ends, hopefully I can actually grab, oh my goodness. The spacing for this red coin grab is kind of tricky to get. So if I were to be doing that jump with Mario Cam, the camera would have gone super far below Mario after the cutscene, which would have made it very, very hard to land from that. So I just had to make sure I went into Lakitu Cam there. So the reason why I couldn't take the spin drift over to get to King Womp is because in a little bit I'm going to be using the wing cap. And there's a certain variable in this game called yaw velocity, which basically dictates how far Mario is moving to the left or right angle-wise. And when you twirl, that variable is used. And if I were to have it get interrupted by the text, then my yaw velocity would actually get stored. So when I start another flight here, Mario would just start spinning around in circles rapidly. And I'd have to wait for it to reset to a regular value. So, yeah. So I'm just kind of getting up to the top of this level here, and Mario just got stuck in solid rock. Oh my goodness. 5-frame window for these wall kicks, by the way. Okay, there we go. And then there's a blue coin switch up here, which will count for most of the remaining coins I need. Alright, so now I just gotta get up here to get the start, the highest point in the level. And there's even a few one-ups up here to help me out. Thank you, like my lord. Okay, so there's 1 star left, and I need to get the wing cap for this one. So that's underneath the very, very first platform of the level, and you can technically reach this cap list using a spin drift, but that's barely possible for humans to do. So we're just going to use the wing cap instead, and then die. Alright. So here's the course I couldn't go to earlier because it would have screwed up the object waypoints. But first I'm actually going to open the cannon, because I need to do this in order to get to some of the other stages in this overworld. So this is a stalagmite cave. This is another stage that's doable in one trip, but not exactly easy to do that. So So, we're gonna start out mostly by just getting some coin collecting stuff done. Alright. Get blue coins here, and then I gotta get a Mr. I here. So, the thing with this level that I have to be careful about is not accidentally falling into the pit early, because then I won't be able to get back out. And I'm going to be going near that here in a little bit. So that part of the route's just going to have to be saved until the end. Stupid fly guy. There we go. There's a lot of enemies you have to kill on this route, so it makes sense that sometimes they can just kind of mess you up like that. Nice firstie there. Alright, don't fall. Alright, we're good. Right, these snippets are actually a bit more annoying than they need to be. Even to get their coins, because sometimes the RNG just causes them to fall into the lava. Oh, and there goes both of those. So I'm gonna have to find 2 backup coins somewhere. There's plenty of backup coins on this level. Alright. So now we're gonna be coming up on the first star here. It just involves jumping across these swamps. So again, swamp cycles are completely RNG dependent, so I kind of just have to see and react to what they do. And then getting back here is easy, kind of, but actually pretty scary, because if you jump on these swamps as they're rising upwards, they can eat your jumps. So, you gotta be careful with that. Thankfully, we're good. And now we're heading to the really, really scary part of this route. So, I want to make sure I don't take damage going into here, or that I, at the very least, have at least 4 HP. So, we're gonna go here and get this star, and that's because I need to actually get back from this star, which is kind of tricky to do. So we're gonna get over here, and then wall jump like that. Okay, and then a simple lava boost will allow me to get back here. You can do this without a lava boost, but that's even harder. So we're just gonna do it this way. Okay. And now I need to get to another star up here. Okay, I'm actually just gonna kill this fly guy in order to get his coin so that I can get that swooper out of the way as well. That swooper just died by going above lava, by the way. So I'm gonna do those wall kicks to get back up here, because there's another star here that I need to get. And then I can kill a scuttlebug here for my last 3 coins. And then the red coin star is also over here. And now I can actually go into the cave and get the last 2 stars here. And there's a 1-up I can try and snag. Oh, I missed the 1-up. I'm a little short on lives compared to where I'd like to be, but it shouldn't be that big of an issue. So there's a star here. And then here's a pretty cool concept that you don't get to see in the original game. Combining the metal and wing caps. So pay attention here to the wings on Mario's cap. Notice how they have a metallic texture on them? That texture actually goes unused in the original game, because there's never a course in the final game where you can use both of these caps at the same time. Yeah, you actually need both caps here in order to get this star. There we go, and then I can just exit course, and that's that level. Okay, so now that I have the cannon, I'll be able to get to the upper part of this overworld. Technically, you don't need the cannon, but it's faster and way easier. That should be good. Yeah, we're fine. So before I go to the next course, there's a couple of overworld stars I need to take care of. First, there's a toad star here. Just talk to the toad and he gives you a star. Pretty standard SN64 stuff. Alright. And then over here, there's actually a MIPS star, and this MIPS doesn't try to run away from you, so pretty easy grab. And I do have to go back into the canyon to get back up. Right. Probably gonna bonk on something here. Yeah. Whatever. So this is Overheating Oasis, somewhat of a desert level, I guess. And there's another level that's just doable in one trip. Start mostly with coin collecting here. There is a star on top of this pyramid that you just need to get a triple jump for. Very inspired design. But again, there's not a whole lot you could do with creative star placement with tools like Lord had access to in 2011. So it's kind of incredible. Really, the platforming and the level and the really just the platforming is what makes this hack stand out, in my opinion. And it still holds up pretty well today, I'd say, even if it's kind of primitive looking. You're actually supposed to hit a switch box. You're actually supposed to hit a switch to make a box appear for that star, but you can just wall kick up to it. Alright, go over here. Now I'm gonna go over here and get this Pokey, and then we're gonna wall kick our way up here. And then there's actually a couple stars on top of the central tower here that I need to get. So once I get up here and get these coins, I'm gonna start making my way up there. Here's another case of the camera being awful because it's such a closed-in space. So I have to kind of zoom in, and even then it doesn't work out too well. There's actually 2 stars on top of here that I need to get. That's the first one, and then the second one is another star that you would never be able to find casually. There we go. Try to do a momentum-conserving slide kick here. Nice. And then I gotta go up this central area here as well, because there's another star and a red point up here. And then the platforming here is kind of annoying. And this star can be tricky to get because of depth perception. I barely got that. Nice. Okay. So, last red point here, and then I need to get these coins to the side here. Which can be a little bit tricky sometimes because of the angling. Got kind of plopped there by a ceiling hitbox. And then, once again, we're just going to be finishing off with coin collecting. And this will be the last course I do in Overworlds 1 and 2. So, there we go, we're done. So, that text box that I was getting whenever I enter every level, that just appears whenever you enter a world where you haven't yet completed any stars. So, because I had not yet done any stars in the overworld, I kept getting that text box. So there's just a couple of overworld stars I need to get before moving on. First, we have a second myth star that, again, spawns at 50 stars, just like in the original game, even though I have twice that many stars now. And then there's just one final Toad star here. There's really no other convenient time to get this star. So it's right at the beginning of the game here. There's just a Toad star on top of this roof. And this will be every star in Overworlds 1 and 2. So all that's left is everything that's left in Overworld 3. So I'm going to be doing the courses in Overworld 3 slightly out of order here as well. So to start, we're going to make our way over to the final Toad star of the game, which is just a little alcove behind this building here. And to get there, I'm going to use lava boosting. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah. And the death exit here actually spawns me back here, so I'm going to have to go a little out of my way now. So I can this is how you're supposed to actually get the Toad star. You're supposed to just jump down from there. And then I need the wing cap here to get to the next course, which is Cliff of Wrath, the hilariously acronymed course COW. And this is actually a pretty challenging course for Nonstop, for a number of reasons. This is just a challenging course in general, honestly. So we're gonna start by heading in this direction, because there is a star that I need to use some wall kicking to get to here. And coin collecting here is this is another level that's pretty tight on coins, and not necessarily for the good either. And I'll get to that at the very end. Okay, here's a pretty interesting strat that I'm going to be going for. Hopefully I can get this quickly. So you normally need the vantage cap to pass through that fire to get to break that box. I'm really glad I got that first try. That's actually very, very precise. But you can actually kick above the fire in such a way that you can break the box before you actually hit the fire. So that actually saves a lot of time in backtracking, which is really nice. Okay. So here's another advantage of keyboard disadvantage here. I'm actually going to intentionally try to aim short for this jump there. So there's a lot of jumps where if you're using keyboard, it's very easy to overshoot them. Or you can actually make the jump, but Mario still has momentum when he lands, so he'll just walk off the edge and die. So for certain jumps like that, you'll see me intentionally aim short to get the ledge grab, just because it's a little bit easier. Okay. Alright, we got another pretty scary section coming up here in a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna kill that piranha plant for later. It's actually very important that I do that. I don't really need its coins, though. Here's another star that's just kind of... Oh, I almost didn't make that jump. Alright, getting back from this star is kind of weird. You have to kind of walk up around the wall like that. Very easy to bonk and die. And then there's just a King Boo fight up here for some reason. I'm actually, the King Boo just kind of moves around however it feels like moving around, so you just kind of have to react to it. Alright, and here comes the really hard part. I only have about like 2 spare blue... I have like 3 spare blue coins I can miss here. If I miss any more than that, then that's a problem. So, let's try not to miss too many here. I should be able to get all of them. Alright, nice. So I'm not going to have to go out of my way for any extra coins, which is very good. So, the last red coin is just over here. And it probably would be faster to die here, but for life preservation purposes, I'm going to exit course instead. It's probably not even that much of a time save anyways. Okay, now we're getting to the real meat and bones of this run. And that's everything kind of beyond this point. So we're going to start with a molten treasure chest here. This course is very, very hard to route. So, that's because everything in this level is just super spread out, and there's not really one intended way to get around the level. You just kind of have to use the wing cap and jump from mountain to mountain. Okay, I want to have a decent amount of health going into this. So we're going to start by actually flying into this mountain here. Oh, that was kind of bad. Alright, so I'm gonna have to do some unnecessary backtracking here. That's not necessarily a good thing. I'm gonna save that coin box for later, because I might need it. So we're not off to the greatest start here. Nice pitch conservation there. Alright. Gonna grab that red coin, and I'm actually gonna try that again, just grab this. Alright, I really want to be at full health here. Alright, let's try it. You need to have a lot of speed going into this in order to be able to fly upwards enough to make it to this star. There we go. And now I need to blindly find where the wing cap box is. Alright, nice. So it probably actually would have been a smarter idea to... Oh, I almost hit that stalagmite, oh my god. It would have probably been a smarter idea to get that red coin later, but not a huge deal. Alright, so now we can kind of get back on track. There's a red coin in this Quidditch goal here. Hopefully I can grab it. Nice. Alright. And now we can actually start making progress in this level. So there's 5 secrets on top of each of these mountains, as well as just a crap ton of coins. So this level, actually has 255 coins, which is actually the maximum coin score that can be saved to a save file because it uses 8 bits. So So, and that's mainly because in addition to the tons of coins that there are on top of the mountain, there's also 2 blue coin switches that just give you tons of coins. Alright. So I gotta go out of my way here to get some red coins. It's very tricky to come up with a good route for this level, so I'm sure this route could be improved, but it's the best that I could come up with. Alright, so I have to kind of navigate around an exposed ceiling hitbox there. Alright. I'm actually not going to get the other blue coin switch, though, because I actually have too many coins for that. I gotta do some somewhat precise flying here. Try to get this fourth secret. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna try not to spawn the 100 coin star here. I would rather wait to do that. So now let's get the secret star. And then before I go back up, I'm actually gonna open the cannon. Because I need the cannon for one of the stars in this level. I could have opened it earlier, I just decided not to. And then we're gonna lava boost up here. I'm gonna go ahead and get the 100 coin star while I'm up here as well, and also I can get these 3 coins to refill my health. So you need both the cannon and the wing cap for this star. It's very possible if I aim this cannon shot badly enough that I could hit an exposed ceiling hitbox. So if I aim far enough to the left, I can usually avoid it. There we go. And then the star is just super high up. I probably could have actually ground pounding that star wouldn't have even made a difference because it's non-stop. So I gotta do this kind of awkward way of getting back. Okay, so all I have left at this point is 1 more red coin and then 1 more star. So we're gonna go down here. The last red coin is just in this tunnel over here. And it requires a somewhat precise flight to get. Hopefully I don't get bopped. If you get bopped by the ceiling in this cave, you're just dead. So, alright, we're good. There's 1 up here I can grab. Very, very nice. Now all I need to do is fly around this exposed ceiling hitbox. The collision in this level is kind of jank. And then I can grab this star. And there's just 1 star left. That was very good right there. Alright, so ceiling hitboxes actually extend lower downwards than they do visually. So I have very, very, very little room to maneuver under here. Nice, I got that first try. Okay, so that's that level. Alright, and I can just die death abuse here. Okay. Now we are getting to the really, really hard stuff. So this is course 15, Ombre Sphere. It's kind of weird because I'm doing these 2 courses in reverse order, but this is actually course 14, but upside down. This is the only course that I actually have to do in multiple trips. Because navigating this level is an absolute pain without the wing cap, which you'll see later. And there's 2 stars, that's one of them, that are actually impossible to get back from. So this level actually cannot be completed in 1 trip. It can be done in 2, but I'm going to be going for it in 3. Okay, so there's just kind of all 5 secrets there. And this is actually not the okay, that angle was kind of bad. So I'm doing this second trip, I'm going to be getting stars 2, 3, and 4. I'm actually not doing Intense Challenge the intended way. And I don't even know if it's that much faster, but it's way, way easier than doing the star the intended way. And that's saying something because this is still insanely difficult. So I need to ground pound on this slug. Ugh. You have very little time to react there and time a jump. And it's really hard to see. Alright, I am kind of low on lives here, so after this course is done, I may need to farm. Right, 3rd time's the charm, hopefully. Again, this is the part where you're usually going to start to see a lot more big mistakes. this game takes a massive difficulty spike right at the end here. Okay, here we go. So I gotta kind of walk it here, then do a slope jump to get back to this part of the level, and then I can just jump back down here to where this star is. There we go. Alright. And then I can actually wall kick my way back up from here. Got a lag spike there. Alright. So I'm using Lakitu Cam for a lot of these, okay, that's bad. I'm using Lakitu Cam for some of those wall jumping sections, because otherwise with Mario Cam, again, the camera would just go super far below Mario. Okay. So I still need to get 2 more stars before I can actually do the 3rd trip of this level, which in this case for me is going to be like the 4th. Alright. There's actually a skip you can do for this star, but I'm not going to go for it because it's not worth it. You can skip doing a couple of these jump arounds. Alright, and now I'm going to do a blind jump here. Okay. And get this star. So that's 4 stars done. So when you complete the first 4 stars and select Act 5, there's actually an Act-specific wing cap that spawns, which makes the 100 coin star here incredibly cheesable. Because like I said, the red coins are spread all around this level, and navigating this level without the wing cap is kind of infuriating. But this is still a very, very challenging star to do, so you might see me die here once or twice. Okay, I'm gonna jump down here. Probably gonna try to play it a little bit safer, because if you try to play it too fast here... Okay, that was scary. If you try to play it too fast here, you'll usually die. Okay. There's a lot of really, really scary jumps here. By the way, this music is the Stone Tower Temple theme from Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. There's a different rendition in the other course that's, in my opinion, better. I'm not a huge fan of this version. The 100 coin right here is actually kind of all over the place. So I'm actually going over to where the red coin star is here, which seems kind of weird, but I'm only going over here to get a red coin, and I'm going to be saving 5 coins over here for later. So these 5 coins are going to be the last 5 coins I get in the mission. So I'm actually going to be going over here now. Okay. And then this wall jump has an awkward camera to it as well. Alright, we're at the really scary parts now here. So, there's a wall jump I can do here to get back up here. I don't know if you're intended to be able to do this. Oh my god. I've died to this jump a lot of times, so... just kind of had to make sure I didn't do it there. Okay. Now I gotta get up here. Nice movement there. Okay. I gotta get this crazy box. I need a lot of coins going into this. Oh, grab the crazy box. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this Mr. I. And then from here on out, we'll begin the red coin portion of this star. And as soon as I grab this wing cap, I have until the wing cap runs out to complete the rest of this coin collecting. And so I have a somewhat tight timer to work with here. I'm gonna start by getting that, and then I can fly over here to get this red. And now I have to go over here. It's really easy to fall and die from here on out, so... Okay. I just gotta make sure I get at least 2 points from this line of 5 here. And then I can grab this red coin. And the nice thing about the wing cap is now I can just fly all the way over to the red, where the red coin star will spawn. I'm actually gonna get a couple points on the way back here. Okay, so gotta be a bit careful here. I have plenty of time here. So provided I don't like bonk or walk off an edge or anything, we should be fine here. Nice. Okay, so at this point I could actually die and then get the Flight for Sight Star capless, which would be way faster than what I'm gonna do here. But I'm really short on lives. I would have probably done this anyway because this is a marathon. Because the Flight for Sight capless strat is really, really stupid. So, provided I don't die here, I should be able to make it back up to the wing cap. Okay. There we go. Alright, so, yeah, this axe-specific wing cap is what you're supposed to use to get flight for sight, and it's what I'm gonna use. Again, you can get the star without the wing cap, and it would be faster, but I'm not doing that. Alright, so now I just gotta do a somewhat precise flight here. And I'm gonna bonk because I grabbed this star, so I'm gonna actually die. Okay, before I go to the next course, I'm actually gonna do some life farming. Because I'm a bit shorter on lives than I would like to be. So I'm gonna actually go ahead and grab this wing cap here. This is gonna take a little bit of time, but there's actually 4 conveniently placed one-ups out here in the overworld that I can collect. I should be able to get like 2 or 3 of them. So I'm gonna have to take Okay, whatever. So that's 2 extra lives, which is helpful. And next up is Luminium Sphere. So this is what course 15 is an upside-down version of. And this course is doable in one trip. It's easier to navigate, but I would say the platforming is a lot harder. Because with course 15, at the very least, you can get to most of the stars from the beginning of the level. Whereas here, you actually have to navigate more of the level. Okay, this wall jump right here can be scary. Nice. And the coin collecting here is also incredibly scary. So there's actually 2 other stars in this area that I could get, but I'm going to be saving them for later because they're both really challenging to get to. Get up here. I'm going to be trying to get as many coins as I can because that'll make the end of this section actually a lot easier. So, a lot of death-defying jumps you have to do here. These final courses really test your ability to platform. Okay, here's a kind of tricky section. So I actually can't get first frame wall kicks here. Otherwise, those boxes would have actually pushed me downwards, and it's very hard to recover if that happens, so I just have to make sure I delayed my wall kicks there. Run around this pole to get some coins. There's a lot of tight clutch moments in this level, usually. Okay, down here. I really want this Lucky Juke. That was some pretty bad coin RNG. Okay. So again, I'm using like Cam here because that makes these wall jumping sections a lot easier to do. Otherwise, again, the camera would be really hard to use to work with. Oh, I didn't mean to. I actually wasn't supposed to go out of Mario Cam there. I don't know why I did. Nice Fly Guy Snipe there. Coming up on another scary part, because at this point, basically any mistake means I die, and I have over 70 coins. And I'd have to redo 2 minutes of gameplay, which would be not good. Okay. It's very hard to know how much height you'll get from those wall jumps, so until the very end, you just kind of have to hope that you don't need an extra wall kick. Right. And conveniently, from here, I can actually jump to this star. So I don't need to do that star the intended way. Right, and here is probably the scariest part of this level. Okay. So I need to get over here, and then I don't want to kill any of these enemies to get their coins, so that's why I spent so much time collecting coins earlier, so that I could just barge my way through there. Because doing that section, oh my god. Okay, we're good. Okay, so now I just gotta get this line to 5. I'm gonna be playing it super safe here, because I really don't want to die. Okay. So, here's a secret you probably didn't know about. If you jump on a Womp's back, you can get up to 5 coins. Okay. So now the coin collecting is done, which means I won't have to redo it if I die, which is very possible, because these last 2 stars are probably the hardest part. So I gotta do some wall kicking here. And then from here, I actually have to do a pretty hard series of wall kicks and a blind slope jump in order to get to do a massive skip for this next star. I'm probably going to die here. Oh wow, I got that. Oh wow, I got that first try. That actually rarely happens. Alright, safety one up, and we're gonna die. So there we go, that's that level in 1 trip. Okay. So at this point, we're going to be moving on to Bowser's Crystal Palace. So this is actually the final Bowser level, but I'm only coming in here to collect the stars, of which there are 6, technically 7. And this is a level that's also doable in 1 trip. It's just really, really hard. Okay, so you're going to notice a 0 appear when I collect this red coin. So this is one of the first ROM hacks in SM64 history to actually have a level with more than 8 red coins. So this level actually has 16 red coins, and I kind of like the way it's designed, where 8 of the red coins are before the first half, and then the remaining 8 are in the second half. And before I actually get to the actual 8 red coins, you'll just see zeros pop up for each of them. Alright. But there are other stars here, such as this one. This course is very big and takes a very long time to navigate, especially for the red coins, so any mistake here is massive. So I need to get this star, and then I can actually backtrack from here. Okay, so the red coins I skipped over earlier, I'll go ahead and get them now. So this song is actually a hideout helm from Donkey Kong 64, in case you were wondering. We're getting to the first tricky part of this stage here. This is a very scary level, especially in non-stop. Okay, so I gotta do these switch boxes here. Depth perception is really, really awful here. Okay. There we go. And then I can long jump over here to get to this star. We got a second lava room to traverse here. This lava room is actually connected to the one below me, and if I fall through here, then I kind of have to redo the level, because it would actually be impossible to get through the lava room normally. And there's probably some... You can super cheese this level using a variety of different stuff, but it's better just to not risk it. Okay. Here is the scary part of this level. I'm also going to be grabbing a few extra 1-ups while I'm here. So there's 2 1-ups in this section. I need... All of this below me is quicksand, by the way, so I need the Koopa shell or else I'll die. This next section, my god, it is so easy to choke this section. Okay, so I got these hippos can easily kill you, so I'm gonna be playing it super safe here. There's also just a lot of death-defying jumps in general. Okay. I really don't like the position this hippo is in. Okay. So I have to actually do those jumps again, because I need to get this red coin. Okay, I'm actually gonna wait for this next hippo. I could have probably gone for it right then, but marathon, it's better to be safe than sorry. Yeah, below me, by the way, is death, so I don't want to fall here. Okay. Okay, and now we just have this wall jumping section here, which never fails to terrify me. Okay. Now I have to do this kind of jump here. Okay, I got really terrified there. That was a massive Monka S. Okay. glad that bonk didn't kill me. Okay. There's just a star here, and then from here on out, the rest of the red coin star isn't too bad. There's just this red coin that... Okay, I got the kick. I gotta make sure I don't... Okay. Mess that up. Alright, I don't want to fall into this sloped pit here, because that also leads to certain doom. Alright. And that's all the red coins. So I'm actually gonna talk to this Bob-omb buddy here to open the cannon. You can actually skip the cannon in this level, but it's not that much faster for 151 star, and it's a lot harder to do that than to just take the cannon. So again, just for safety, I'm just gonna go ahead and activate that. Alright, and there's the red coin star. So at this point, most of the scary stuff is out of the way. So I just have a couple more stars left to do. So yeah, this cannon gives you access to the final section of the level here. And now we have another thin pathway section to traverse here. I'm gonna try a new strat that I came up with recently. Nice. Now I actually have to make it back from here, which is also difficult. Because this platform is like barely above the quicksand, so I could just walk. I can't even, yeah. You can't even ledge grab that platform. If you walk off, you're just dead.
Mamma mia!
Getting back from there is really hard though, so I don't mind too much. Alright. So I still have 1 star left to collect here. So I just gotta redo a little bit of gameplay here. This cannon shot's actually a bit more precise than you might think, because if you're too high, then you won't make it through. Right. So the last star I need to get, there is a faster way to get it than this, but I'm not very good. That involves a lava boost skip that I'm not very good at, so I'm just gonna do it this way. So yeah, this pathway actually heads to a hidden wing cap. And I can use this wing cap to cheese this star. You can use this wing cap to just cheese this level in general. Alright, so you can technically make it back from here, which would allow me to preserve a life, but that jump required to do that is oh wow. I actually could have survived that, but whatever. I could have survived that, but it's not a huge deal. It would only have saved me a few seconds at best. Okay. This star. Oh my god. So, with this is supposed to be the 151st star in the game that you collect because it's like super, super well hidden. The intended way to get this star is brutal because it involves, grabbing the wing cap, flying underneath the level to get an insane amount of speed, praying that you find the alcove with the entrance to the hidden pipe, and then flying upwards, hopefully not bonking, and still trying to maintain enough momentum to actually get up into the zone. That is hilariously inconsistent, so I'm not going to be doing that. Instead, we're going to be doing a strat that's just as stupid, where I'm going to be introducing our good old friend backwards long jumps. So what I'm trying to do here is build up enough speed to basically clip into the room I need to go to instead. This BLJ setup is somewhat inconsistent. Okay, so I'm trying to get kind of make it so that my next quarter step would be above a ceiling hitbox, which would cause it to get canceled and would allow me to build up a bit more speed. Okay, I had a bad angle there. This will probably take a few tries. This strat is not much easier than doing this the intended way. So, and even if I get the BLJ, it's still possible I'll fail it. Oh my goodness. I don't know why I keep losing my speed. Okay, yeah, that was unfortunate. That just happens sometimes. I have no idea why that happens. So I did make it into the room, but I didn't make it far back enough, so I wasn't able to land. So I have to try that again. So that's a pretty big time loss because I spent a couple minutes before doing that. Okay. Thankfully, I got a few lives in reserve here. So this might take a few tries, because again, this strat is also pretty inconsistent. And there are a couple other setups for it, but you really just kind of have to do it and pray. Okay, I didn't have enough speed there. Every BLJ failure attempt I do is just putting this off more and more. I'm really sorry about this. There's no way to make this any more consistent. Okay, I got that again. I really hate this BLJ. It's so annoying. But, like I said, I don't really have any other choice. Because, like I said earlier, otherwise I just have to do a blind flight underneath the level. And that's even worse. I believe that failure is an angle thing, but it's really hard to set up the angle at the right way, so... Just gotta keep trying it until it works. Alright. I'm not in danger of game overing yet, so I won't grab that one up yet, but if I die one more time, I will. Okay, so third time's the charm, maybe? Oh my goodness, that's 3 times now. I don't know why that happens.
Mamma mia!
I'm pretty sure it's quarter step dependent, by the way, which is not really something I can manipulate. But, yeah. This happens to me often, so don't worry about it. It might be, again, it might be an angle thing. Honestly, if I fail this for too much longer, I might just ask if I can use Levitate, because I do have that code on here as well, but, I want to complete this run legit. Alright, so now I'll actually grab this one up, because I kinda would like it. Okay. Let's try this again. Yeah, this is a really, really steep floor, so you're not able to, like, jump on it normally. There we go! Took long enough. There we go. So, this place should probably look familiar. So, the goal here is to get on top of the castle, but the cannon's blocked off. Luckily, there's a fairly well-known way to do that. And Yoshi is here, but talking to him would give me the special triple jump, which I don't want. just gonna grab those 1-ups just in case. So my goal is actually to get on top of the castle roof here. And you can use the wing cap for that, but you can also do it without the wing cap. Hopefully I don't go in the black room of death. Or die, because that would crash the game. And here we go. So this is actually underneath the special course known as Champions Challenge. So if I die here, I'll actually respawn by that pipe. And the only way I can die here is from fall damage, so... Also, yeah, I hope your left ear enjoys the music in this level, which is a Eternal Star from Mario Party, in case anybody's wondering. So yeah, that was very unfortunate that I missed that so many times, but at least I got it. And there is a star in Champions Challenge. So I'm actually going to try something that I found the other day, but I'll only try it once, because this is stupidly hard. This is a strat that I actually found. Okay, yeah. You can do a double wall kick there and skip pretty much most of the level, but the angle required for it is really hard. So we're just gonna go ahead and do this not the normal way, because I'm bad. Yeah, this is just kind of a bit of an obstacle course that tests your platforming ability. There's a couple of skips you can do here. There we go. And now we're done with that. Okay. And now we just have one main course left to fill out the star requirement, and this might be the worst main course in the entire game. So here's Sunny Beach. So this level is supposed to be a super chill and easy level, but it is not. So we're starting off with this blue coin switch here. This is probably one of the hardest blue coin switches ever. Okay, you have frames to spare with those blue coins. Even in a task, you barely get it before time runs out. And so you're probably wondering, why is that such a big deal? Because this level has exactly 100 coins in it. So yes, if I miss a single coin, I cannot get the 100 coin star. And Wannabes did not exactly go out of his way. Wannabes went out of his way to make this a super hard and 100 coin star. Because there's tons of bullies in this level, but there's only one patch of lava that I can kill them with. And if I knock any of them into the water, I can't get them out, so I'd have to restart the level. Yeah. So, yeah, this level is beautifully designed. But on top of that, there's also some other stars. But yeah, most of this level is just doing the 100 coins. So yeah, see that little rectangle there? That's the patch of lava. I have to transport every bully in this stage to that patch of lava. And there's actually one that's even further away than this one. Also, I haven't mentioned this yet, but the star names don't exactly match up with the stars. I think it just got switched up. I'll wait for that skeeter there because I want to get its coins now. And actually, most of the dialogue in this hack is actually pretty hilarious and self-aware. It kind of mocks the player in a few instances, but obviously you're not going to get to see most of that because I'm just skimming through it. Okay, so I'm going to knock this bully down for later. I'll be getting him in a little bit. He's just going to kind of ram his head against the wall until I come back. Okay, so I got another bully to take care of here. But in addition to that, there's also some secrets in this level. So there's the first one, and then there's another one just right here. Alright, so there's a fly guy over here that I'm going to try to manipulate to come over here. Gotta get him to notice me. There we go, it's coming. Where is he? There we are. Okay. Again, I cannot miss a single coin here, so I have to kill every enemy and make sure none of their coins disappear. Okay. So here's a star that's kind of hidden. You grab the red coin. Oh, hey, there's still a shadow. Guess what? It's a star. And Harry, guess what? Now we get to do even more bully transporting. That sounds like fun, doesn't it? So I'm gonna knock this bully over here, and then I'm gonna kind of let him get stuck against the wall here, and then I'll get these coins. Yeah, I got nothing to talk about here. You can actually technically transport both this bully and the other bully at the same time, but it is doable, I'd say, but I would just much rather do one at a time, which does mean this takes double the time. So, can I get some yeps in chat for great level design? Alright, there we go. So that's the two, those are the two. Where did the other bully go? Oh, there it is. I got scared for a second. I thought the bully, like... I've never had the bully end up there before. Okay, so thankfully this bully didn't, like, die by accident or anything. Okay. So most of the scary bullies are out of the way now. It should be pretty smooth sailing from here. So there's a secret here, there's another secret inside this hut. And then when I go over here, I have to make sure I hit the switch for later. And then here's a cool little wall jump skip you can do here that honestly doesn't take much time compared to doing the level the normal way, but, and it's also pretty tricky because of the angling. Kind of have to strain a little bit. There we go. Alright. There's 3 more bullies I have to kill in this level. I still can't miss a single coin, by the way. So I'm gonna knock both of those guys down. Okay, neither of them died prematurely, so that's good. Okay, and I should be able to transport both of these guys at once, assuming they don't bully me. Oh my goodness. Okay. Oh, hitting both of those bullies at the same time is always super satisfying to do. Unfortunately, it's also really hard to do because they need to be spaced out properly. Get over here. There we go. Okay. So we just gotta get over here. Here's a nice little yep moment. So there's a hidden box over here. And guess what it contains? 1 coin. And I do need that coin. Bully's coin cannot fall into the lava. The lava pit is thankfully small enough to where that can't happen. They will always manage to go above the lava. Or over the lava. Okay, you just got... Well, this is the last red coin, and then there's also one last secret here. So to get up to the star a little easier, I'm actually going to use this crazy box, and this is probably the last scary part of this level. Because I need to make sure, A, I don't grab that red coin star by accident, and B, that before I drop off here, I get all the coins that are still on the hut. Okay, we're good. Alright, let's get some more yeps in the chat, because we got some more bully transporting to do. I gotta take out some Goombas along the way, though. So... yeah. The Goombas here kind of make this bully transport a little bit more annoying than it needs to be. But, yeah. 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 Shout out to Triforce TK for this, by the way. I'm stealing this from him. Yeah. 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 Yep. 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 Great level design. Alright, and there we go. That is every coin in the level. There's still 2 more stars here, though. So remember that switch I hit earlier? You probably don't. But it actually opened a gate over here. And you can kind of skip most of the swimming here. And there's star 150, and then there's just 1 final star in this course. And from here on out, there's not really anything too major that could happen. So I'm pretty much home free from here on out. And this star is honestly kind of anticlimactic, but whatever. So, it's just down here, there's just a big bully fight in here. Okay, I gotta be careful there. I was gonna jump in the lava, but if you touch a big bully, if you touch a bully while it's in the lava, it gets stuck in the lava and won't be unable to die. So, I was a little careful there. And we're just gonna take one final death abuse, and that's every star in the game. So, there's still one thing I have left to do, and that's actually finish the game by beating Bowser. So we're gonna go back to Bowser's Crystal Palace now. And just make our way to the final pipe and finish him off. And the Grand Star is not affected by non-stop, so the ending cutscene will play out as normal. Okay, so we're just going to take the standard path to Bowser here. And this Bowser fight is a bit trickier than in the original game because there's some added fire, and the platform is also already star-shaped, so you do have to land every throw. So let's see what happens here. Throws, again. Throws, if you're not familiar, they're like a 2-frame window, and the latency on emulator is slightly different than on console, so I'll probably miss like 5 throws. Oh, actually, there's one. Alright, that's 2. Okay. We're gonna throw I'm gonna lure Bowser a little bit closer there. Alright, 3 throws, nice. So a time's gonna be when I touch the Grand Star at the end. Aside from the Star 151 nonsense, this was actually not that bad of a run. I'm pretty happy with this. This will be a marathon PB. Alright, get ready, and time. Alright. So, that my timer says 1:46:05. That is a marathon PB by over 3 minutes. The world record, as you can see, is a 1:42:44. I'm the only one who has ever done a run of this category. Actually, Sigo2, SM64, who's another top runner of this game, has attempted this, but I don't think he's ever finished a run. But non-stop in ROM hacks, I think, is pretty cool. There's a couple other ROM hacks I've messed around with so next time this marathon rolls around, I might submit a couple more, depending on how good I can push them. But yeah, that's SM74 151 non-stop. I hope you enjoyed that interesting take on a ROM hack speedrun, and I will throw it back on over to the host.
Yes, was an awesome run. Next up, we're having the Super Bowl. SuperViperT302 shows us 4 back in 74.